back to Asinine Radio, a weekly podcast where we talk about music, and, well, that's pretty much it. So, let's go!
This is Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into a different band, different artist, and we listen to all of their records and rank them from worst to best. We also give our biggest banger or possibly stinker from some of these records. While you're listening, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars and 5 stars only. Bring our rating up. Please go do that. All the social media is at Asinine Radio, and if you didn't know already, my name is Tyler, and way out there, hundreds of miles away, is Jeff. Now, Jeff, let's just start. Let's go jump right into our rankings for MxPx. So we're going to be ranking all 10 of their, or not all, but we're going to be ranking 10 of their records. So this is not including their covers record and their Christmas album. So just the 10 albums of original material. That's what we're doing on the pod. So what do you got for number 10, Jeff? Go.
That's because on MxPX's website and their box set, there's only 10 records that they acknowledge as being true studio albums.
And that's good. That's how it should be.
Yeah. Wikipedia got all these numbers all fucked up. They're not even right. Like, they skipped like record 10 or something like that. Like, Wikipedia's completely out of order and garbage in this aspect. I should fix it. I should make an account and fix it. I will. So the only record by the MxPXs that I think is absolutely garbage, like I did not enjoy this at all, is Before and Everything After.
Okay.
This is it.
Okay.
This is the only record that I honestly thought that this was bad. And it's kind of funny because this album features like a bunch of other pop punkers. Like,
yeah, it does.
You would think that maybe like, okay, there's a lot of people in here that could help it out, right? Like you got Benji, actually the Good Charlotte Boys, the GCBs. Then you got Jordan from Newfound Glory's in here. So you think maybe this would be like a little bit better. And I guess the singer from the Ataris, who gives a fuck. But damn, dude, like this was tough to get through. This really was. This was just very generic, bad. You know what? This was like a straight up bad Good Charlotte record. That's what this fucking was. This was like a bad Good Charlotte record. And I didn't know if they had it in them, but they did. So I have no banger from this. This was a tough listen. And yeah, now that's it. I want to keep moving.
Okay. My number 10 is also Before Everything and After.
Woo!
Look at that. Yeah, this one, this came out in 2003, their 6th record. I don't know if you said that.
Did not.
This is a weird one. There's a lot of ballad shit. And, yes, there are a lot of of guests on this record, but they're not good guests. Like you said, the
GCBs,
the GCBs, the Ataris guy, Jordan Pundik. I mean, they have one, Newfound Glory have one good record, so it's like the guests they brought in aren't very good. Just a lot of acoustic ballady kind of shit. Dude, it was bad. I do have a banger. It's Play It Loud, just because it was kind of an outlier. It's like a good fast punk song, a lot of energy. But yeah, overall, this album is bad. A stinker for me is Quit Your Life. It's that really acoustic ballad. It's fucking awful. And what the fuck is the song King of Hollywood? That guitar riff is weird. It's off time. It's just an overall dumb song. And there's some things I have to say about this guitar player too, but I'll save that for the main episode.
Just leave him alone. Just leave him alone.
I'll save it for the main episode.
But
yeah, Before Everything and After is my least favorite MxPx record. So what do you got for number 9? Go.
Everything else, honestly, for me was Smooth Sailing, baby. That was
okay.
I give Before and Everything After a sub 1. I give it less than a 1.
Damn, it's not that bad.
Don't even listen to it. It is fucking absolute trash. Everything else from now on is at least enjoyable and fun. Everything's at least probably close to a 2. Maybe now I'm at like a 175. But Poking at Ya.
All right.
That's my number 9. That's their first album, 94. This is essentially like a different band. This is totally different music. This is just almost straightforward, just punk music. It's fast. It's fun. The only reason it's so low, it's just there's no iconic MxPx sound here. The melodies aren't crazy strong like MxPx will eventually like form into, but this is still really, really fun. After a while, though, the album started to sound a lot like Pennywise, which isn't a bad thing. It's not terrible. It's just nothing unique.
Yeah.
And I just need something unique if I'm going to listen to just generic skate punk. Otherwise, I'll just go back to Pennywise. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with this. I did enjoy this. I wish I did buy that box set, honestly, after listening to all these records this week. So that sucks.
Really? You would buy that box set?
Absolutely. I had a lot of fun with it. A lot of this stuff is kind of like filler, but it's just like really, really good filler.
I mean, yeah, I agree with you. There's a lot of filler on here.
So I liked it. I dug it. I dug it. And there's a lot of cool fucking songs on this one, like Bad Hair Day, MxPx. That's a minute long. That one's a badass song. This is just like a good little punk album.
Yeah, no, it's a good punk record. I agree with you on that. But mine's a little bit higher. Pokinacha is a little bit higher.
I know it's a little higher because it's a punk record. It's probably your top 2.
Well, I don't know about that, dude. All right, my number 9 is Panic. It's their 7th record from 2005. So this is like this is a bad era of the worst era of NoFX. Honest, I mean not NoFX, MxPx. It was close. But yeah, no, this is like it felt like they were trying to recreate something that they'd done on the Ever Passing Moment, but it just didn't quite hit right. But they were also trying to take from like what was going on with like Hoobastank, who just came out with The Reason, and just a lot of like bad kind of alt rock songs of the time. And yeah, so I just it's not that great. But there are a couple songs on here where they dabbled in like metal and some hardcore punk. So the song "The Story," that's a pretty metal song. I mean, it's especially up to this point. The riff reminds me a lot of Sum 41 from the Chuck record. So that was pretty cool. Also, the song "Get Me Out." It's kind of a hardcore song, pretty solid. And I playlisted both of those songs. I actually do like those songs. The one they did with Mark Hoppus, "Wrecking Hotel Rooms," I don't remember it at all. I didn't even know he was on this record until I went back and read about it.
Okay.
I didn't even recognize his voice.
Okay.
So. Oh, and also a quick note, too, on this record. I thought it was cool that the original guitar player, Andy Husted, sang on this record as well.
Okay.
I thought that was pretty neat. So, yeah, I don't know. Panic is my number 9.
Okay, I'll get more into it when I get there.
Okay.
I hope so. That's wrong, dude. So my number 8 is Secret Weapons. Secret Weapons, their 8th album, 2007.
Oh, for sure, brah.
For sure. This is solid, man. This is just a solid output. It's just not quite as good as others in kind of any department. It's just good at like everything, but not great at anything. Overall solid. This is like the first of, for me, just really, really good filler MxPx. Like I would listen to this again and be happy with it. Dude, the first 2 tracks, Secret Weapon, that's got the dude from Bad Religion, and then Shut It Down that has Tim from Sugar Cult, both absolute fucking bangers. And even the last song, that's like a hidden song, but it features one of the BCBs, or the GCBs, the Good Charlotte Boys. I think it's the B instead of the J of the GCBs, so not a bad song. It's a good album. It's a good album. This is more kind of in like it's very poppy, but you can tell they're kind of trying to do like the skate punk, like the Pokinacha sound, but it's just too pop to be straight like skate punk. So it's good though. I enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. And this came right after in my listen through from Before and Everything After. And damn, I hated that album so much. So pretty much anything, this came 2 after, I think. So anything after Before and Everything After was going to be great because I hated that album so much.
Yeah, that album was pretty bad. I almost didn't finish it. So
it was rough.
Yeah. So Secret Weapon was your 8. My 8 is Life in General. 3rd record from 95.
Wow.
Got no banger off this one. They really slowed down. I felt like they really slowed down their music on this record. This is, to me, like this is the beginning of a modern MxPx. There isn't anything particularly bad about it. It's all filler to me. All filler. They really haven't found the melodies yet on this record. I just think it's kind of a boring record. It's not bad. It's just kind of boring. And honestly, now that I think about it, I don't know why I ranked this higher than Panic. Because at least Panic had some bangers on it. So maybe I'm going to switch those 2 because yeah, Life in General, I just thought it was boring. And I know this is like one of their biggest records especially at the time. And I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
Okay.
Coming off those first 2, this is truly a transition record. And honestly, I don't think it should have been released. because it
That's
doesn't
just at all.
no, because it doesn't have really anything from the first record, and it's not nearly as good as the stuff that came after it. Like it's in this weird spot, and I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Life in general. So,
Okay.
Yeah, no banger. So that's my 8. So what do you got for 7?
They're self-titled. There's MxPx's, and that's their newest album. They're 10th in our rankings, 2018. Again, this is more kind of just filler for me. Nothing really wrong with this. It's super short. It's only 30 minutes, like at 30 minutes.
I was so excited about that.
So
all
I
the
like
records
that.
are like 45 minutes.
Yeah, there's a lot of songs
They're too long.
Well, hold on there, dude. So, and this is kind of this was like right. I think they were either they wrote this already like before the COVID the pandemic quarantine stuff, or they had put out, because I bought this 7-inch Worries. I remember if I bought it before or after the pandemic, but this is the era of the band that I like, but I don't love, except for that 7-inch Worries, which I think should have been on this album because that song is fucking top 5 at MxPx. But I really have nothing negative to say about this, but I don't have a lot of positive things to say other than this is just good, solid filler pop punk MxPx.
Good, solid filler. Okay,
Yeah.
I get it. I could totally see that. I kind of have that written about it too. But my number 7 then is Teenage Politics, second record from 95.
You like this fucking filler era of MxPx, and you like
This
poking
is filler
at you.
era?
No, you haven't mentioned all the filler
I
era
see what
yet.
yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah, Teenage Politics. This was a good record though. No, this was good. I did enjoy it. I did like the mix of the punk from the first record with a lot more melody, which was really cool. There were some songs that reminded me a little bit of like Dookie era Green Day, which was cool. But at this point, they really. This is another transition record, but it's not boring like Life in General was. Like this one is actually kind of exciting because it still has that edge, that speed, the energy that they lost a lot of as they've kind of gone on. Even on the album of the week, there's some songs that are kind of lack some energy. Just saying.
Dude, if you put
Teenage Politics
as their fucking number 1, that's just absolutely bonkers. It's so stupid. Just like the most generic of like punk albums like you've ever fucking heard. Oh my god.
Buckle up, bud. Buckle up. All right, so Teenage Politics, my number 7. So what do you got for number 6?
Now we're getting into things that I really enjoyed. So my top 6, I would probably, if they weren't in the $30 range, if they're in like the $15 range, I'd pick it up, and then as it gets higher, I will pay more for them. But this one is Plans Without Plans, Stans.
Within Plans.
Plans Within Plans, Stans. Their 9th album. Pretty damn good. Honestly, sometimes Mike, and this one, I really was like, holy fuck, it's totally true. But he sounds just like Fat Mike. And I almost thought like there was a song on this one that featured Fat Mike. And I'd look at it and like, no, he doesn't. But there's a lot of times where Mike sounds like Fat Mike. That same type of singing that Fat Mike does. Holy shit. But that's just
I didn't
because
really pick up on that.
That's because Fat Mike has gotten more generic as time has gone by. So that's
true.
That's why that is. But in the past, that was my favorite album from this one. I playlisted it. Dude, a great fast like pop punk song. More in line with No Effects than anything else, but still MxPx'd up. The album overall here is it's very fast paced and a lot heavier in the punk realm than it is in the pop realm. So this is a good pop punk album that's focusing more on the punk aspect and even kind of like screams or yells on the song Far Away. Dude, solid stuff. This is a great album.
That's good. No, I did enjoy this one as well. Plans Within Plans.
Stands.
All right, my number 6. You ready for this one?
I better be poking at you. It better not be fucking Buffalo. And it better not be Ever Passing Moment. Just don't even say it. Just go. I don't even want to hear anything you have to say now.
Slowly Going the Way of the Buffalo.
Is it really?
Nah, it's not.
There's no fucking. You got stupid, silly boy talk.
Got him though. No, it's Pokinacha from '94, first record. I think this is a fun record. It's a straight up punk record. And now that you mentioned Pennywise, there are definitely moments that do sound like Pennywise. It's just fun. Through and through, it's fun. Like no real melodies, just a fast punk record. I liked it. I wouldn't buy this on vinyl. Don't think I would ever really go back to it. But no, it was fun. I enjoyed this, and I was kind of hoping for more punk MxPx. Even though you warned me that this is pretty much it, I was still hoping for more.
I told you. I
know. I should have believed you. So yeah, Pokenacha. I don't really have anything more to say about it. It's good.
Okay, baby. Here
number
we go. Fucking rubbing my hands together. All right. Here we go. Number 5, Teenage Politics, their second album, 95. Okay. Bonkers that you think this is trash. Okay, bonkers. This is really their first album. This is the first album with guitarist Tom.
It's not though.
This is their first album, and it's the more iconic MxPx sound. Mike's voice is here finally. This is what MxPx sounds like. This is what makes them them. This is what makes them unique and not generic Pokenacha. Coming at ya. And then the songs are definitely more in line with Green Day, like you said, like the Dookie stuff. Dude, there's a lot of Green Day, especially in their album of the week too. There's a lot of the way Mike sings that is very, very Green Day. But that's cool because that's the scene. Who cares? Fuck it. I don't care. Do you care? You don't care. I don't care.
No, I don't care.
But this is I don't know. It's still really good stuff. Still fast. Still fun. But now we just have that true pop punk sound. And I also hear a lot of Bradley Noel in the way Mike sings on this album specifically. But
I didn't pick up on that.
Inquiring, did you listen to these albums or no?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Well,
and that's why my rankings are superior.
I just want to make sure. But Inquiring Minds Want to Know, that was my favorite. Worst. Yeah, he does sound like Bradley on this one. But it's a good, faster punker song that turns a little bit ska at the end. Mm-hmm. And they do a lot of sounds. They don't do them often. They kind of like tease you here and there with them. So I like that.
All right. Teenage Politics. God, and when you think about it, these guys were so young when they put out the first couple records.
Yeah,
they're like 17, 18 years old. Yeah. It's fucking crazy. All right, my number 5 is MxPx, self-entitled, from 2018. This one, so this is like the era of MxPx where they just kind of threw it back to the 90s stuff, but made it a little bit better. Honestly, they made it a little bit better in parts. This one is just the lesser of those 3 that came out in the mid 2010s. I really don't have anything bad to say about this one. I think that they did a really good job of throwing it back and still keeping with like the pop rock and the pop punk stuff. It's a well balanced record, honestly, but the songs could be interchangeable between this and then my number 4, which is we'll get into soon. But yeah, no, MxPx it's a solid record. I wouldn't buy it on the vinyls, but yeah, no, this is good.
I should have had you listen to Worries, that 7-inch that I bought. Because I brought it to the pod once, but it was a long time ago. But damn, it's a good song.
Is it though?
Oh,
is MxPx good?
Oh, are they good? So friggin' good.
All right. So what do you got for number 4?
Life in General, their third album, 96.
Why though? I don't understand.
All right, here we go. All right, hold on there, dude. Here we go.
Okay,
I get it. This one's very similar to Teenage Politics. I do think there's more melody on this one. I do think that Mike is fully he's fully in his zone. He's fully in that Mike Herrera way he sings. Like that's what he will carry on forever now. It is cemented here. This is where it started. This is where it became unique, iconic to him. But like, dude, some of these songs are so damn good. Like just absolute beyond bangers. Your Problem, My Emergency, that one like drops into the fast part so nicely from like the pop punk singing things. Like that song alone is just it's indicative of what this band is going to perfect later on. And it's unbelievable that they did it so early on their third album, because their first album, I don't even want to say it exists. So this is like their second album.
It's their first album.
But then not even like mention Chick Magnet, dude. That's what put them on quote unquote the maps. Like he's fucking scatting on this track. It's silly. It's fucking dumb. It's pop punk scat. No one's done that. Why would you do that?
Jonathan Davis.
He didn't do pop punk scats.
Oh, he scats.
It's not pop punk scats.
Okay.
It's not PPSs. I don't hear no PPSs coming from him. But yeah, dude, this album is just good. Through and through, it's good. I didn't buy this when they re-released all 3 of them, Life in General, Buffalo, and Passing Moment. I didn't buy this one because it was a little expensive, and it's not like my top 3 favorite. But I would buy it if I saw it in stores in like the 20 range. I do enjoy this. I think it's It's good, solid MxPx. At worst, it's good filler.
Okay. It's good filler and it's this high in your rankings. That's really telling about this band. All right, my number 4 is Plans Within Plans, 9th record from 2012. Like I was saying before, a lot of the songs, not a lot, but some of the songs on this album and the self-titled record, they could be interchangeable. There's a lot of the same kind of stuff. It's still a good throwback, I feel, to the mid to late 90s. I almost said NoFX again, MxPx. And it's just fun. It's just fun and exciting. It doesn't sound as whiny as a lot of their early material does. So I think that's why I like it too. It sounds more mature. They sound like adults. They don't sound like whiny 18, 19-year-old kids. So Plans Within Plans, I dig it. I wouldn't get it on vinyl, but I dig it.
Okay.
So what do you got for number 3?
Here's the only thing that I think you need to revisit, and that's Panic. Really? I think this one, so? Yeah, I get it. MxPx, we'll get into the main episode, but I get why MxPx is as popular as they are, and I also get why people have no idea why they're as popular as they are. I get both of them. But this one, I think you should revisit. This album is pretty damn great. It's way more punk rock and deeper than like they've ever done. There's some really, really great bass tones. There's a lot of heavier instrumentals. I think you brought up like the Chuck thing from Sum 41.
Yeah, I did.
And Sum 41's a band that like I would never put into S tier because they just don't fit that. But I would put into A tier because Sum 41 brought metal like into the punk realm more so than like Newfound Glory did. So Sum 41 is fucking almost to S tier. But MxPx did it right here. And it's 2005. It's
just
still
one
early.
song though.
It's still early. It was not one song. So this is produced by the Descendants guitarist Stephen Egerton. And there's a lot of songs on here that have a very strong Descendants feel to it. The song Get Me Out. That could have been a Descendants song.
But that's what I was saying. Yeah, it's like a good hardcore song. And
I also get a lot of Bad Religion here too. And I mean, MxPx and Bad Religion hand in hand. A lot of songs, a lot of crossovers. Yeah, this album is great. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Every song I think is solid here. Except for one, and the weakest song on this one is the one that Mark's on, and he just sings harms. He doesn't even have a. He doesn't have a verse. Is
that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, he just sings harms.
Because I did not recognize it at all.
I mean, obviously, it's still playlist. It's my Blink playlist, obviously.
So lame.
But I even have the fucking the one that you like so much, the Fall Out Boy one. I can't remember what the name was.
Oh, the In Transit. That's a great song.
Even though I always skip it, I still have it on my.
Why though? I don't get it. It's so fucking good.
Dude. That sounds trash.
I don't think you've even listened to it.
I do think you need to go back to Panic though. There's a lot of this album is one of the heaviest they've done. Like everything about this album is just very, very heavy tonally. What they're doing, what Yuri's doing on the drums, a lot of toms, and I don't know. Go back to this one. Give it another shot.
Mind you, I did listen to 8 MxPx records on Friday. So
that's a lot.
It's a lot of MxPx. But even though I did that, and usually that burns me out, I wasn't burnt out. And I was able to still differentiate between the records. And, usually when I do shit like that, everything's a blur. But that wasn't the case with MxPx. So that was nice. So I feel like my rankings are fair, even though I binged it.
I'm going to put this one on your to-do list as a re-listen.
List. My TDL.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So that Panic is your number 3.
Plans Within Panics. Yep, at the Discos.
Plans Within Panics. And what was your banger again?
I don't know.
Was it the Sum 41 song?
No. Get Me Out. I think
the Descendant song.
Yeah, the Descendant song.
Yeah. All right, good stuff. Okay, my number 3. We're flying through this, man. So my number 3 is The Ever Passing Moment from 2000. Arguably their most popular record, right? You agree with me on this one?
You have Secret Weapon. Secret Weapon? Really?
Well, we'll see. But The Ever Passing Moment, I like this record a lot. There's a lot of nostalgia with this one. This is also a moment in time where I really wasn't that into pop punk, and surprisingly, this like broke through my new metal phase, and I did listen to this record a lot. So I do like this one, even though it's really cheesy and kind of stupid. And this is probably the most full on pop punk they've ever been. There's nothing more pop punk than this record, because at this point they had ditched most of their straight up punk roots, And this is a good record. Jerry Finn produced it, engineered it, and mixed it. Pretty cool. I didn't even realize that, or I at least forgot about it. So that's pretty neat. And my banger is Responsibility, because that is the catchiest song they've ever written, and that's just a great song. So anyway, number 3, The Ever Passing Moment.
Okay.
What do you got for number 2?
This was tough, and it really just comes down to like depth for me.
Yeah.
So The Ever Passing Moment's my number 2 also. But man, this was like, these are just neck and neck for me. Both of these records I truly do think are fucking great, are fantastic. Ever Passing Moment, the farther you get into it, I think Buffalo it just holds my attention better than this one does if I had to dissect them. But the first 5 tracks on Ever Passing Moment are just fucking perfect. Absolute perfect. Beyond bangers. Great pop punk. And you're right, this is the most pop punk they've ever been. My favorite track is Responsibility. That's a song that got me into MxPx. And god damn, it's catchy. This is so quintessential, like this era of pop punk. It is so perfect. It captures the scene so well. And Jerry Finn,
yeah.
I like what he did on this one. He doesn't church it up too much. These are just 3 guys that don't make a lot of noise like Blink does, but they know how to kind of just like go along with the motions, kind of just go with the flow, just be,
they know how to make filler pop punk.
They know how to make filler pop punk, yeah. But Jerry Finn doesn't do anything here, and I don't understand like why he churched up Enema so much. But we'll get into that next week, possibly. I don't know if we're doing that one, but
I'm pretty sure we're doing Enema. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you like spoilers or nothing like that.
Nah, fuck it. Whatever. Who cares?
Sorry, too.
It's the end of pop punk season. Next weekend's pop punk season. So.
But damn, dude, like My Life Story, Buildings Tumble, Responsibility, 2 whole years, and then Prove It to the World. Those 5 tracks. It is like 12 minutes of just perfect pop punk music. It is unbelievable. And Responsibility is just.
What's that?
That's one of the greatest pop punk songs ever written. It's just lyrically. Like, it's so stupid. It is so pop punk. It is so pop punk how dumb it is. Like, it's Responsibility. What's that? That's so stupid.
Not quite yet.
Oh my God, man. I cannot sing this album's praises enough. I bought this fucking, as soon as they announced it. It's on this really cool, like blue, almost translucent vinyl. Super happy with it. I listened to this album twice on Spotify and then twice on my vinyls this week. So,
all right, that's a lot of it, dude. That's a lot of MxPx this week. On top of all the other pop punk you listened to this week. Oof.
Oh, dude, so much pop punk. Listen to my Sugarcoat album this week too.
I listened to that this week too. It's a good record.
Oh, it's so good.
That Sugarcoat record is really good.
I even made a note about how one of the songs here reminded me so much of Sugarcoat on the album of the week, but I think it was just because I had Sugarcoat on the mind. But maybe not. I don't know. Dude, Ever Passing Moment, fantastic. I'd buy in the vinyls. I already did. Got him.
You already did. Yeah. You're so fucking annoying. All right. My number 2 is Slowly Going the Way of the Buffalo, the album of the week.
Wow. Why are you trash? What do you have? Secret Weapon is your number 1?
Secret Weapon is my number 1. Yeah, from their 8th record from 2007. This is the first. This is where they re-signed with Tooth and Nail Records, who they were originally with in the mid 90s, late 90s, and they threw it back to that kind of old style. And there's some of the heavier kind of songs that they hadn't done up to this point are on this record. They kind of went back to the faster stuff. They ditched the ballads for the most part from the last 2-3 records. And this is I really enjoyed this one. I was stoked on it. And just because it has a bit of everything from their career as well. It's a nice throwback with the pop punk and the pop rock, which, they kind of introduced in I would say what's that everything with their worst album?
Before and Everything After.
Yeah, like because that was like the first
After.
like pop rock record that they did, but it was bad pop rock. But here they kind of perfected that, which was nice, and it's just a great combination. It doesn't get boring, honestly. I mean, it's a long record because all their records are long and too many songs, but it had its ups and downs, which was nice. It wasn't just the same thing of filler. So, I mean, my banger is Chop Shop. It's the heavier, faster song. Reminds me of Pennywise a lot. There's some cool drumming. The guitar playing is actually kind of interesting. which, Tom isn't known for being the most interesting guitar player. And no, I think this is a really solid record. I don't know. Bass solo is another good one. The bass shines in this one, obviously, because it's called Bass Solo. And the song Sad Sad Song, one of the catchier songs they put out too. So I like Secret Weapon. It's a good record.
Okay.
So that's my number one. And your number one is obviously the album of the week.
Yeah, Buffalo.
Shit. So we did it. We ranked all 10 MxPx records. And that's good. I'm glad we did. I'm glad we finally did MxPx on the pod.
Did you get through the cover albums?
I did, and I just did not care.
Really?
I did. No, I didn't. I did not care.
Oh, wow.
And I listened to them
one?
today. No, I listened to them today, and I just didn't. Just was over it. Honestly.
Not one. There was not one cover on either though, because the first EP, it's an EP cover album. That one's whatever. That's just like punk covers, boring, whatever.
I listened to the Christmas one, and then I listened to the full length one.
Oh,
I think they do like a Cars cover or something like that. I can't remember now.
Yeah, so like the one that's on the main cover album, that's an album, not an EP. They did Suburban Home, right? And we just talked about Descendants, and that's how.
Yeah.
Like I've always liked that cover, but I never listened to the Descendants until that was a big talking point. And then I don't know. There's a bunch of cool stuff. I'm gonna that I would walk 500 miles. That song, that's on there.
Yeah.
There's nothing on there.
There was. I mean, maybe I just kind of zoned out. Yeah, I think I just zoned out. I don't. I think I'm in MxPx overload, so I think that's what it is. I just zoned out on this one.
And Punk Rock Girl too. Like that was like my introduction to Dead Milkmen too. Was Punk Rock Girl, and they did that cover. I don't know if Donna was on that one. The Richie Valens cover. Did you hear that one, Donna?
No, I didn't. Well, I think I've heard that one before. I think you maybe listened to it before, but it's not on this. It's not on this record.
A lot of good covers. They do a lot of good covers. Fuck out of here.
Oh, it looks like they did a cover of Major Tom, but I don't remember hearing that. I like that song a lot. That original song. That's a good song.
Really?
I think that's a great song.
That's cool.
All right. I don't know. I got nothing else on the records. You got anything else?
No. That's it. That's all.
All right. Well, thank you for listening. Give us 5 stars. Listen to the main episode because we're doing Slowly Going the Way of the Buffalo from the MxPXs. And that's it. That's all.
Don't